Welcome to TDI Society. I hope you're all doing well. In today's video I'm going to be fitting a 3-inch downpipe to my PD 130 Volkswagen Bora. I've had this downpipe for some time now, but I just haven't thought about fitting it due to all the other issues, modifications and upgrades that I've been doing. But now I feel like the car is finally in a position where I can fit it. You have no doubt seen this on the channel already, but if you haven't, this is a 3-inch downpipe from MP Developments. This is a standard turbo fitting as well as the hybrids, so a 1756 in my case. So this will bolt straight on. It then steps up to a 3-inch stainless steel straight pipe basically, and then I got this down tip from Amazon and it's also stainless steel. The downpipe came with this clamp as well as another one with a 3-inch sleeve, and it also came with this gasket and some 12mm nuts, which I didn't actually realise they came with, because as you can see I've ordered these new exhaust studs and some 10mm nuts, because my thinking is that once I'm bolting this up into the car there might not be much room and I might have more access with the 10mm instead of the 12s. So I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I've also got some M8 nuts in here as well, because you use two of them tightened together to then undo the studs on the car and fitting the new ones in there. As mentioned, I got this from MP Developments and I actually got quite a hefty discount on this, because angliandubs, I'm very sorry if I've pronounced that wrong, but they had a discount code for MP Developments and I used it and I got quite a substantial amount off of this. I have actually teamed up with angliandubs. Again, I'm sorry if I've pronounced that wrong, but I've teamed up with them and they have so many Volkswagen and Audi parts, and they have their own eBay store. You can message them on Instagram and they will hook you up or even source parts for you if you need them. And if you use code TDI Society, you'll get 10% off your order. I've personally used them myself because this is where I got the Borbit wheels, and they came in literally no time, all packaged up nicely. I've done a video on that in the past if you want to see. I think it's the wheel video, I'll put it on the screen, and that is proof that they are a very good company. Before we get started, you might be wondering, why are you not doing a full exhaust? And the reason being is because I want to try something different. You don't really see hood exits or dump pipes that I'm calling this in the UK, and it's something that I've not really heard before, because I'm thinking it might sound a bit different, because it is literally a 3-inch stainless pipe coming right off the turbo and getting dumped underneath the car. So I really want to see what it sounds like. I really want to see how it performs, because that is such a massive airflow difference over the exhaust that's on the car. When I got the car, it actually came with the exhaust on it. I've not done anything to it. It is basically an eBay special straight pipe, so it's got a downpipe on it, catless obviously, straight through to these twin exit pipes. I absolutely cannot stand it, so I can't wait to remove this. But this actually will be for sale. It'll be going cheap, and it won't be posted unfortunately, so you'll need to come and collect it. But it will be for sale because I will no longer need it. But yeah, enough chatting, let's get the car up in the air and start removing that exhaust. Car is up in the air and have a look at this. Wow. Now, props to the previous owner or whoever actually done this, because it's obviously worked for the whole time I've had it. I mean, it doesn't move and it doesn't rub or hit off absolutely anything. So although this looks absolutely terrible, it works. So instead of faffing about trying to get that massive Jubilee clip undone, I've just cut it. So that's the very back done. Now move further in. Trying to get some camera angles and it all set up to try and do that exhaust clamp and this exhaust clamp. There's not a lot of room and I'll probably be lying in the way anyway, so I'm just going to bash on and get these off. Most of the exhaust is now off. I'm so happy that that is now off, as you can tell by this assortment of stuff, that I am very pleased. I mean, this is only the exhaust off and look at the absolute state of me. It's good as well because obviously I'm just going to be running a downpipe, so I'll be saving a bit of weight and getting rid of all this absolute guff. Downpipe next, and being honest, I'm really not looking forward to this, because if you've done this job before, you know how tedious it can be getting to those nuts on the studs. But because I'm done with the back of the car, I can now just use the front and I get more access, hopefully in the engine bay as well. I need the car more central on the drive to get to both sides, so let's actually see what it sounds like with just a 2.25 inch downpipe. Listen to that. So cool. Can't wait to get this other one fitted. I've done a thing. Oh no. When I was repositioning the car stopped when I was going forward, and now I know why. I've just squashed my down tip. Oh no, look at the state of that. Either way, it's now created some nice flow because it'll come out at a certain angle. Yeah, I've absolutely knackered that. Car now in the central and jacked up, and also managed to get the tip in somewhat of a better shape. So we'll move on to removing the downpipe. But first, there's still so much oil on this engine and I've no idea where it's coming from. It's literally right round the complete back end of the engine, but it's always been. As you can see, I've done the sump, done the rocker cover gasket, and it is still really badly leaking from somewhere, but I'm just going to forget about it and do my downpipe. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get any camera angles for this because I'm literally lying on my back, but those are the downpipe nuts there, so I'll try and get them off. So hopefully next clip I've got the downpipe removed. And the downpipe is off. Just look at the difference between the one that was on it compared to what's going on it. And if we have a little bit of an investigation, you can see I had an exhaust leak right off from the turbo. You can see how dark it is all the way around here. And here is the stud and nut situation. So when I was loosening these, the whole stud came out. Not sure if that is correct or if it should just be the nut that comes off, but I've got new ones of them anyway. And when me and Ben, who you've seen on the channel before, helped me with the hybrid turbo, one of them actually snapped. So we had to use a actual bolt instead, and as you can see, this has been leaking. So I think that yes, that worked, got the car back up and running, but it has been leaking quite badly. That actually went way better than expected, getting that off. However, it was quite tight to actually remove the downpipe space-wise, so trying to get a 3-inch one in place, I think this is going to be the difficult part, but I guess we'll find out. As for that downpipe leak, not sure if that's the big whine whistle noise that I've been having when at max boost, but new gasket, new studs, and we'll see if that solves it. And if not, I'm due Ben, who you've seen on the channel before, £20 because he bets me 100% that it is these T-bolt style Jubilee clips, because he says that they are absolutely terrible. I mean, as you can see, they're tight as can go, and he says there's still movement in them. So he's actually going to give me some Jubilee clips from a tractor, and he says he's used them before and it's solved his problems. But there's £20 riding on this, so let's see if this fixes the whine or not. But either way, can't wait. So at the start of the video, I was saying that I got two nuts to put these on, and what I'm going to do is I've tightened these two 13s together, which will then allow me to screw this into the back of the turbo and then hang the downpipe onto it and then screw it on, because I really don't want to be using them again. So I'll fit the new ones and then hopefully we get the downpipe on. I would absolutely love to try and get all this on footage and the right angles and see me working away and stuff, but working underneath the car in such a tight space, there's really no angles for some footage, so I'm literally just doing this step by step. But I think everyone wants to see the outcome anyway, what it's going to sound and look like, so let's get back to it. Right, update. So I tried to fit this stud in, it's the last one at the top, which is where this leak was, and it is stripping the threads when I try and tighten it. which is I think the issue when we were fitting the hybrid turbo. So this was literally bottoming out because we couldn't get the right size, and that's why it was leaking. And I really need an M8 tap to redo the threads inside the back of the turbo, but out of the assortment of tap and dies that I've got, I do not have an M8. So I'm going to pop up to my dad's garage and see if he's got an M8 tap. And if you're wondering why I got 4 studs and 4 nuts instead of 3, because that's all that's used in a downpipe, is because in case one snapped, got stripped. And here is proof that the end has been stripped. You can see the thread hanging off there. So now I have another brand new spare because something like this has happened. So I need to go and get an M8 tap, redo the threads, and then we'll continue with the job. I have returned with a tap and die set, and I've got the M8. But with the T-bars and the space that I have under the car, I simply just don't have enough room. So I'm going to use pliers and the tap to try and sort the threads. Thankfully that worked, so I've got 3 new exhaust studs fitted. And what I had to do was literally the angle that I'm lying at, use mole grips, squeeze them, pull them towards me to create new threads, release, back on again. So it was a bit tedious, but we've got there. 3 new studs, hopefully no leak this time. So I'll give the back of the turbo a good wipe. Then finally time to fit the downpipe. And I'm also concerned about the vacuum line going to the actuator, because with a 3-inch pipe this should be even closer, so I need to keep an eye on that as well. It's on, boys, check this out. So I've managed to get it all the way through, and it's now on the back of the turbo with the gasket there. There's absolutely barely any room for anything. So last thing is just to put the nuts on, and I also had to remove the down tip because I couldn't get it past here. So I'm not sure if that will even fit on here once it's in place because of this bracket, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But success so far, nearly there. The downpipe is now fitted, and as expected I had to remove this previous exhaust bracket to get the thing fitted. Look at that, what an absolute difference. Cannot wait to get this thing started. There is a few teething issues as expected, so I need to find another sort of mount for this because it does move up and down, but it's not too drastic. But I'm absolutely dying to hear what this sounds like, so let's try it. That sounds absolutely unreal. I've genuinely never heard a 1.9 TDI sound like that. I'm going to get it on the ground because, again, once it's on the ground and the noise is vibrating back off the ground, it might sound a bit different, so I'm going to test that as well. But overall, absolutely delighted with the way it looks and it came out. Next thing though, I just want to run the car and feel around the downpipe whilst I can, while it's still hopefully not too hot, and just make sure there's no leaks. We're back on all fours, and the back end even looks so much better without those twin pipes sticking out, so really happy with that. As for clearance, it does sit quite low as you can see, but still got a good gap there. And as I mentioned, I do need to try and raise it up a little bit, but I'll work something out later. But let's see what it sounds like with it being that close to the ground. that sounds absolutely incredible. Now that I'm in the car with the windows shut, it's not actually too bad, but something I've noticed straight away, right, is look at the throttle response. You barely even have to touch the accelerator and it's off, and you can hear the turbo spooling straight away. Like, what a result and what a difference. I'm so happy with that, and hopefully you guys are enjoying watching the video as well. But now to tidy everything up and at least clean myself. It looks like I've been down a coal mine but that's what it's like working on 24-year-old $250,000 1.9 TDIs. I would honestly love to take the car out for a drive and see what it's like under boost and see if that noise is away, but either way I want to see what it sounds like and how it feels to drive. Like I just showed you, the throttle response is incredible. Like I said, this exhaust is now for sale. It is a completely standard 2.25 inch decat downpipe with a straight pipe with twin exit. Come and collect it, £50, probably the cheapest straight pipe that you'll see on the internet, but I really don't have any use for it now, and at least we got rid of some more weight and guff from underneath the car. That's it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please leave a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, click that subscribe button. It is completely free. Next video, we'll take the car back out on the road because I want to see what it sounds like, want to see what it drives like, but also I want to try, I might not get it done in time, I want to try and get VDCS to get some logs, because now that the car is up and running and driving, I want the map to be even better, because it is just a base map for a 1756 turbo and there is way more that can be produced out of the car. So that is still to come. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.